Welcome back to Central Coast Disc Golf. This is round 2, part 2 from the 2023 Zootown Open at the Blue Mountain Disc Golf Course, right in the foothills outside of Missoula, Montana. I've had some great action here for you guys. I'm Nate Perkins, and I'm joined here today with 2012 World Champ, 4-time Zootown Open champion Sarah Hokum, who also had a decent front there, 4 under on the front. You're making up some ground here. You moved into 4th place. What do you like about Blue Mountain Disc Golf Course, Sarah?
Oh, just the mountains, the elevation change. But the real story is that Sai has tied it up here with she had a 3-hole deficit, and now she has tied it up going into the back 9. Here we are on hole 10, par 3, 315 feet. It's very gettable, slightly downhill. Most players are going to throw a big hyzer around the outside of those pines. There is also a nice gap shot if you want to throw a turnover with a mid or if you got a sidearm.
And the wind was kind of down again for round 2.
Yeah, it's gusty, so it depends on, what kind of luck you get on that tee. I think you can get a headwind here. But you can't see the grass blowing in this particular instance. Thrasher around the outside. A little more height, and it might have pushed left a little more.
Yeah, this hyzer demands a little bit more than the distance of the hole. Probably a 340-foot hyzer to swing all the way back. Saigo and Ballista Pro doesn't quite get the swing. Kristen's going to try and correct on that line a little tighter.
Kristen going Fortress here. So more stable. Looks like she's getting a great fade. Yeah. And that'll be a putt to try to take the lead here. Just with the sidearm line. Glad we get to see someone throw it. Pushes it a little bit left. It'll come up short.
Yeah, it seems like a tight line.
It is, but, those are kind of the fun ones.
Those are fun. Oh, and just
really
no jump
nice line
from 70 feet.
And really good speed, had a chance to go in, but wasn't far past. Oh. Should be fine for Missy. That was not a great hand feel out of that one, and then that roll is not helping.
Oh,
Just struggling to get a lot of spin.
Yeah, it's been a really tough day for her. Yeah, I'm noticing that too. Kind of putter's kind of knuckleball out of the hand almost.
Yeah.
Missy real direct with that one. It's also one of those things in disc golf, we've all been there, Sarah. It just seems to, when your confidence gets struck like mid-round, it can be hard to recover.
Yeah, I would almost rather lose strokes than confidence. Like if I lose a stroke to something, fine. But if I lose my confidence, then I might be losing a lot more strokes later down the line.
And Kristen picking up the lone birdie here. She's going to move just 1 stroke ahead of Sai now.
On to hole 11, par 3, 342 feet. There are those blocker trees we just passed. You can throw a flex shot through the blocker trees, either sidearm or backhand. Or if you have enough power, you can go outside of those trees. The line isn't that much shorter. It's really just your preference. If you hit these blocker trees next to the green, you could be inside of the circle. This one is very gettable. Good birdie rate. Kristen's likely going outside of the blocker trees. That's low.
It's hard to skip in this grass too. Yeah, it just eats it up. Do you feel most players are going with that wide route or the flex?
On my cards, they've been throwing the flex, but I think it's because they need the distance to get there.
Yeah.
If you have a lot of power, that outside route is probably the simpler line. Missy getting all the way up there. Great
Bullseye.
shot. Her goofy face. I love it.
This is one of my favorite couples all time right
Yeah.
there, Missy and Tom. Side not quite cracking that one over as much as she wanted and fades in front of the blocker trees.
She'll be C2, mid C2.
I like that, Sarah. Blocker is a little easier to say than guardian.
Oh, right. Jess with the great flex shot. Oh, my goodness.
Wait, did that go in front or behind?
I don't know. It almost rang it up.
That would have really changed the story of her round.
Ooh, Sai wanted that one. That is a visible, audio exhale there. Just looking for a clean release here. We're not really, I think at this point, we should just, Jess should be looking at trying to just get a comfortable release. And that looked pretty good. It had a little bit extra spin. It was right on line.
And she
That's
switched.
a confidence builder, even though it wasn't a make.
Yeah, I agree. And she switched her footwork up there. She actually pushed off with the left foot that time.
Missy with the tap in.
And Missy very much still in the picture here.
She is pushing.
She has
She's
now picked one back up on.
bogey-free at this point.
Yeah, 6 under. She's
Yeah.
just 2 back of Kristen.
Jess, another good release there, building her confidence back up.
And kind of a short walk over here to the tee pad of hole 12. They like to call this one Heartbreak Hill. Why is that, Sarah?
Well, I mean, it's so far uphill, it just makes you feel like you have no power. It's only 394, but plays like 550. To get to here would be a good spot, throwing as far as you can up the hill, and then you likely won't be able to run up on your second shot. So you have to be throwing a standstill, most likely as hard as you can up this hill. But it really depends on how far you got off your tee shot. And then it's tricky stance on that hillside. Roll away potential, you literally could roll all the way back down the hill after you putt.
Nice little thrasher release from Missy. You feel like it's a good spot to throw the second from? Enough distance?
Yeah, I think she can get there from there. Kristen maybe needed a little more turn, but the hillside should straighten it up. It's a little left, but she should be fine. No. I don't know what it looks like over there. I hope she got through. Jess with the halo turn.
Starts that one wide. Cracks it really hard.
Good distance. Oh, good. Okay. I wasn't sure if Sai was going to be in those pines or not. Okay. This could be tough to get there from here. But again, turns it over a little bit.
Yeah, it's that footing. Her front hip just didn't rotate at all. Just kind of got stuck. And really kind of can happen pretty quick out here. Is that Mantis again, I believe?
Yep. Mantis and, getting it up there, but that's a 20-footer that feels like a 35-footer.
Yeah, and super scary because another reason why they call it Heartbreak Hill is if you hit that basket wrong, you could potentially roll back to the tee pad.
Certainly. Getting a little turn, looks pin high. Side hill putting on this hole also is intimidating.
Agree.
Ooh, really nice shape to that. Missy from just inside the circle. This putt feels farther than it is. Great catch.
What a relief right there. You do not want to see that one miss. And
You can see her exhaling as she's taking the disc out.
you know, and one thing that you can't tell is just how steep you have to climb up here, and then you're trying to catch your breath and putt at the same time. It's an interesting feeling.
Yeah. Jess tried to clean up this death putt. Sit. All right. I mean, it was center. I know it's high and low, but that's also mountain putting.
Mm-hmm. It just continues to miss by just a couple inches, and you can tell it's kind of struck her confidence a little bit. She seems a little timid, but Kristen not having to putt at all. Gonna pick one back up on Cy and remain 2 ahead of both her and Missy. And you are now 7 down through 12, Sarah. You are just 5 back of the pace.
Yeah, and that race at the top is looking tasty. We're back on hole 13, par 4, 582, slightly uphill off the tee, plays to a slow turning backhand that's going to hook up and fade into this gap. Also could play to the sidearm. The best landing zone is about here, and then you can throw a big spike hyzer or a low punch shot through the right side, fading into the basket. This one's pretty tough to get to with these blocker pines on the final shot. But it starts with putting yourself in position on this technical tee shot.
Yeah, very demanding approach. A lot of low ceiling gaps with thick grass that don't really get a lot of skips as you approach this one.
Wow. That's the old pin that she just went by. It used to be a par 3.
Do you feel like it's a good spot to approach from?
Yeah, she's a little pinched on the right.
Okay.
So we'll see what she can do from there.
Oh, Kristen going flippy
this
here.
looks perfect.
Oh my God.
A common mistake up a hill. That's great.
That's just a gorgeous shape from Jess.
See it just moving past Kristen's shot as well.
A little out of position
This
here.
is tough.
Yeah, forced to go this high Annie. Just early out of the hand, doesn't quite hit that gap. And honestly, it's still really tough up and down from right here.
This is where she wanted to be maybe off her first shot. And even from there, this is difficult. But this is good. Punching, she'll have... Okay. Short putt. Excellent. That's great for a par save. Kristen went low yesterday. I think verdict. Yep. That's great. Missy with a sidearm. Jeez, what a shot.
Beautiful.
That was so technical.
Yeah. Low ceiling. Gets back on hyzer edge.
Just crushing it.
Oh.
Oh, tree.
Jess follows it up with a highly technical forehand of her own. And
Birdie putt inside the circle. There was that hand feel that hasn't been great today.
slammed it home. Hits that birdie with conviction to keep pace with Kristen.
Sai for par.
Oh, and I think
Rare miss. I don't think we've seen her miss very many from that distance.
no, and I think that might be her first bogey of the tournament.
Kristen with a birdie as well. I think players are filling out this, like they're figuring this hole out. It's playing better today than it did yesterday.
This is one of the new holes, right? It's first year that this hole.
Yeah, it's been extended to a par 4. It was originally by where Missy landed.
And is this a new hole as well out here in the field?
Yes, brand new hole. Pretty big. It's a par 4 in this kind of big open meadow, but it's more like 630 feet. Off the tee, you want to try to traverse right through these 2 pines and land somewhere here. And then you still have another 300, 350 to flex a shot into the green. The slope is falling away to the right, so it's really better for a backhand approach on both shots. On the second shot, though, it's difficult to get footing, so you maybe end up throwing a standstill.
Get around it. Come on, here.
That'll work out just fine. It's not the intended route, but it extends the hole a little bit. But she's not in trouble. This is a difficult one. We only saw 1 birdie on this yesterday, so playing this for par is a safe bet. Kristen is crushing it. She threw it that right side yesterday as well, whereas I think a lot of players are coming inside of that tree. We'll see Jess throw the inside line.
Yeah, how far do you think Kristen threw it? She probably threw it like 350 or something to get all the way around that tree and swing back. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe even closer to 400.
Okay. Sai going Ballista Pro here and can't decide if she's going inside or outside, and she sneaks inside that one.
And you can
prime
even throw
spot.
the high line up on the other side of the other pine. So there's a lot of options here. But what isn't great is the footing and every second shot.
Yep. Tufts of grass have a real big impact, and they really limit the run up and the rotation.
And with this sidearm, it's floating away. She turns it over good. Just be outside the circle. But that'll be for a par, which is what most of the field is taking on this hole. So no harm. Unless you're trying to catch Kristen, which is what we think Sai is trying to do right now.
Sai's just been a little out of rhythm the past 4 or 5 holes. Timing seems to be affected by something. And Kristen still going to go driver here, probably just over 300. Oh, it did look good from that
It almost
view.
looked like it dunked it. And was able to get a bit of a run up with her sidearm.
That's to go 3 in a row for Kristen. Oh!
Wow, swooping it in.
How does she generate the spin, Sarah?
I think it's great hand feel. I think she's just getting it really well from her fingers.
And Jessica going back to pushing off the right foot there, and really
Online,
tough to
just
see.
Struggling with the height.
She's given herself a lot of birdie opportunities, just not connecting. Kristen does connect, and that's a turkey for her to extend the lead all of a sudden.
She's looking for a lead to go into this final round, it looks like.
Yeah, she's got 3 over Missy, 5 over Sai all of a sudden. It happened so quick. Sai going 1 over of the past 3, and Kristen going 3 down. Man.
Moving on to hole 15, par 3. 335 feet is what it's listed, but it's playing more like 370. Players are going to throw a low shot that's going to punch through this gap and get as far as they can up there, maybe give themselves a long look. We didn't see anybody really get to this one yesterday. A backhand thrower could also throw a big anhyzer that could possibly get there. There is a sidearm line that takes kind of a flexing S shot. But this is really get as far as you can and make that approach easy and get out of here with your par.
Yeah.
Kristen's punching low, trying to get beyond that second pine. She have a long look. Looks like, is Missy going outside? Oh, good. I wanted to see this line.
Yeah, it's a very fine line between overturning it and not enough. And Missy doesn't get that thrasher fully turned and drifting, but it's all safe over there.
Yeah, that the elevation falls away so quickly there. Jess getting a lot of push forward on that hyzer flip.
Thank you.
Great shot. Sai looking to dial this in. Couple miscues. Going with the wide hyzer.
That was gonna be so good.
She liked it, just not
Was she being
past this.
sarcastic? She might have been sarcastic.
I don't know.
I thought she was complimenting her shot until I saw where she ended up.
Yeah, I think she said it was going to be good.
Oh, until something got in the way.
And then there's trees, and she was forced to pitch out, and now she's gonna have
A long putt.
for bogey.
This hole really biting a lot of players. Unexpected bogeys on a hole that is pretty unbirdieable, but also isn't so difficult that you expect bogeys. Kristen leaving a little short, but no worries.
Oh no.
Gravity. Dang it. Another band hit for Jess. Yeah, just struggling to get that kind of lateral forward movement, right? Thankfully, she's like not missing left and right, but like just getting that forward push. You know, sometimes I just like to get a little bit lower into my putt sometimes to try to produce that.
Oh, Jessica.
Oh. And then it's compounding. Not a fun place to be. Well, hopefully she can work her way out of this before next round. She's got 3 more holes.
Yeah, she finds herself back at even for the event after starting at 6 under today. Sai with the unfortunate double there as well, and she is now 7 back of Kristen.
Man,
This
what a
round
tough
is
hole.
it's really changed the dynamic of this card here. Missy's still 8 under, she's just 3 back, and you are now in a tie for 3rd place, and we move just a little bit further up the hill to the 16th.
374, slightly downhill, plays as a par 3. It's gettable. Everybody's got to throw a distance line at it. The righty backhand is trying to sneak through these right pines to get access to the green. There is a great sidearm line if you've got the distance and the flex shot. The view is also really good from this hole.
Yeah, it was a really clear day. You could see the tops of the peaks all around this valley.
This is a St. Pro.
Get in the basket.
Oh, it started straight and continued straight.
Wow.
Oh, that's a special shot, and that's
Yeah,
honestly,
playing the fairway to avoid the big fade at the end as the slope falls away.
and that's kind of her specialty too, is a straight shot that finishes straight, which is
Missy punching that gap perfectly, giving herself a C1 putt.
keeping pace with the current world champ.
Just looking to match. That's going to fade out down left a little bit. But she will be circle 2. Yeah, maybe that is circle 1 even. Ooh.
size footwork is just a little off here on this back nine. She's struggling to find it, and it's going to be tricky up and down even. Yep.
Nice. Great up shot. Just outside circle 1. Hitting metal. She can't believe it at this point, how close she can be to making putts, and they're just not going in.
And that one was outside the circle uphill, and she definitely got the pace on that.
Oh,
Oh,
speaking of
no.
pace, that was a little fast.
Yeah. What part? Like the draw down?
Backswing, I think.
Yeah. That's kind of what I felt like I saw as well. And
But Kristen getting a birdie, catching another one on the card. Almost there, but not before we get through this beautiful hole. Check out the background on the right side. Hole 17. It's 505 feet downhill, par 3, and you can get there off the tee. Takes a little bit of a flex shot over these right side pines with a backhand. You kind of have to miss that pine on the right and not pull it too far to the right to get into the next pine. But this is a beautiful shot if you can find the distance and the right stability. I think you throw something a little bit understable to try to get the carry down the hill, and hopefully you're putting. Yeah, I have yet to see someone throw it to the circle yet, though. So we'll see.
oh, Kristen starts
that's
that
an
grace.
early pine.
That's too wide, and
She goes just on the other side of the road. It's great that it actually went to the other side of the road and didn't
Yeah.
just drop. Those pines last time I played here were not that high. They
Yeah,
weren't. You couldn't even see them off the tee. You could just see the ground way on the other side. So
that kind of changes that dynamic
it
of
really
the shot.
does. If you've been here before, Missy getting through those couple sets of pines for an approach from the other side that should be relatively simple. I hope that's stable. Oh, it is.
Wow,
Beautiful.
that scooped out quick. What a
Ooh,
shot!
that's close to the circle.
Yeah, she continues throwing the disc well. Let's see if she can find the stroke there. Pretty shape.
That's good. It's going to hyzer out, but she'll be down there pretty far with a long look. That's a safe shot. Now, this is not what you want to try to get up and down from.
Wow, she still had a full shot there.
Yeah.
Now she's
And
got
now
a
you've
death
lost
putt.
all the elevation that you were gaining from up there. That
Oh,
you still have
yeah,
to
good
throw it
point.
really far.
Missy uphill 80-foot look here. Yeah, hard to get the pace on that one.
But right on line. Nice go at it from Cy. Kristen to try to save par. And Jess, this is inside the circle. That's great. Ugh. I just nubbed out. You know, at least she's throwing the disc really well.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, can compound a few things, and you know, at least if you can get up there. She's gonna save her par just fine here.
Yeah, and the composure too.
Yeah.
You know, for how badly it's going, she's not showing too much
She looks
emotion.
a little defeated, but
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I think that's appropriate given the circumstances.
Oh, certainly. And Kristen gonna slow her back nine up just a bit with the bogey here after the misfire off the tee.
So Missy getting one back.
right, we got just a short walk back up that little hill.
Just a little hill, is it? This is probably the one we're mostly out of breath on.
That's funny. Just because it's at the end of the round.
Right.
And,
Well, it's pretty steep. And you just walk straight up it, right? Anyway, hole 18, 663 feet, looking to land with a big backhand hyzer right about here, leaving you the option. Do you want to try to go get further up there, or are you going to kind of saw it off left, throwing a mid? Then your next shot from the bottom of this hill, very difficult green. You have to go left of that huge pine and try to land it close. It's very uphill in the last 150 feet. And there's OB everywhere, but it's very birdieable. That needs to push forward. It did. Those pines that she just went around on that left side are where you kind of get caught up early. Or there is the option of throwing it a little too straight and going out of bounds right. Which Jess is kind of flirting with this, but I think she can be fine.
Yeah, you really have to pump it, but I think that's possible. To go be
Especially
straight.
in crosswind today, if you catch that, it can push you down and right. That looks great.
Now, is this a classic hole out here at Blue Mountain, or did they kind of make a new tee for this hole?
This is classic as last I played here.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
But last time I didn't have a backhand, so this hole was really hard.
Yeah, late flipping forehand downhill. Yeah. That's a super hard shape.
Yeah, lefties don't like this hole unless you got a sidearm. So side kind of going outside those trees, which is great. That's a great spot.
Yeah, she makes
Those
the
can
correction.
catch you up, and you can actually go right of it and end up out of bounds. So this is a little bit of a decision-making process here.
Ooh, Missy also
Yeah.
pulling it wide, and that's a great spot to approach from.
Kristen going to use the fairway instead of going outside of it, but it needs to be low enough that it doesn't fade right at the end. And it was just perfect.
Good spot. She can be able to see the pin from there.
Yeah. Jess also playing the fairway. That needs to get down. Oh, yep. It's a little short, but inside the circle.
Oh, just floats the soul over the top of the basket. Jess gonna try and toss in a Sonic for us.
The crowd likes it. Kristen way up here on her third. That's a touchy little upshot. Oh, man. Not how she wanted to finish, but she's made a valiant effort.
Really crazy to see her go 7 on the front, and then she's going to go 3 over on the back without a birdie. The back is a little harder, but you could tell she was off her rhythm. And
yeah, the tee shots weren't really there.
Yeah.
At least as Chris, as we've been seeing. Jess finishing with a putt. That's great. She needed that to go into tomorrow. Kristen with an easy bounce back.
And with that birdie, she will have a 3-stroke lead over Missy. We're going to take a look at the scores here, see where we're at. Lots of green once again today, Sarah. 2 eagles.
And Kristen and Missy both shooting a 9 down.
Yeah.
They got half the course. That's great. And Kristen even had 2 bogeys.
Yeah, quite the scorecard. And you're going to be joining them on the lead card, Sarah, as well as Katrina Allen.
Yeah, who eagled hole 18 today with a 100-foot throw-in or something.
Wow, I think she had 3 throw-ins on the day,
Wow.
2 eagles. So
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm hoping that we get to see some of that action tomorrow too.
yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us on Central Coast Disc Golf, Sarah. It's been a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun on this round in particular, and we will see you guys tomorrow for the final round here at the Zootown Open.